So, I wanted to make a video about my experience with abortion. I had 2 abortions when I was younger. One when I was 17 and one when I was 18. Yeah, they were pretty close. When I was 17, I had just had my daughter, so it was just not gonna work out that I was pregnant again. I was with her dad. I was with the father of the child, but yeah, I had just had my daughter and it wasn't gonna work out, so we decided to have an abortion. Like I said, I was 17, so I was a minor. I wasn't living at home, or I wasn't living with my mom, but and a lot of people don't know this, so it's really hard for me to share, but it's reality, and that's what happened. And yeah, so I was a minor, so at Planned Parenthood, I obviously couldn't, I needed my parents' signature, so I sort of tricked my mom into thinking that, like, me and the guy, I already said who it was, but me and the guy, we came up with this idea that it was like, we'll just tell your mom that, we came up with this idea that we would tell my mom that that I needed to have the abortion because the doctor said that the baby was pretty much already dead in my womb, but I couldn't do it without her signature. But pretty much the baby's already dead. So that's what I told my mom. And I remember my oldest sister, she was like, I'm gonna go with y'all, because she was like, that's sketchy. So she's like, I'm gonna go, because my mom didn't know English that well, so she's like, y'all ain't about to trick my mom. And I was like, okay. And I don't know if, like, the nurses and the doctors went along with what we were saying, now that I think about it, or if they just, I have no idea how we got away with that. I don't know how. I think my mom was already there and my sister didn't want to make a scene, so they didn't say nothing, and my mom just signed, and then they gave me both of these times were before, was abortion by pill. So they gave me a pill, and then they explained everything, and the possible side effects, or how you're gonna feel afterwards, and you might have cramps and all that. But honestly, it didn't feel like anything. I knew that I couldn't have another child because I literally was 17 and had just had a child. That was that. And then not long later, maybe a year later, I turned out pregnant again. I guess I wasn't using contraception. We were probably doing condoms, which is dumb, but so we were using condoms as contraception, and I turned out pregnant again. Honestly, my daughter was not even a year old. in between these both abortions. Like, they were pretty close abortions. I've since then really forgotten about this, because it's been something that is very traumatic for me, and I just never talk about it in detail like this. But my second abortion, I was already of age, so I didn't have to have consent. I must have been 5 weeks along. I don't know how long it takes for you to figure out that you're pregnant, but like, I missed my period and I realized that I was pregnant. So it must have been 5 to 8 weeks, baby. And again, I had a less than 1-year-old daughter, so there was no way that I could have had another baby. So we decided on abortion together as a couple. And to be honest, I don't even remember if it was 2 abortions or 3 abortions. Like I said, I have by the grace of God, I have lost a lot of my memory during that. But I want to say it was 2 abortions. But for some reason, I think it's 3. But I just remember 2. And so, and the second abortion I had was very, 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 very traumatic. Again, I went to Planned Parenthood and they gave me a pill. And this was never an emotional thing where I felt like I was murdering my child. I went at this as in, there's no way I can have another kid, and it was very no emotion really in regards to my babies. But the second one, I remember I guess I had more cramps. The first one, I didn't get cramps at all. Like, it didn't feel like anything at all, honestly. The second one, I recall having some minor cramps. But my second one, I was sitting in the toilet and I felt something come out of me. And whenever I looked in the toilet, it was a blob of what looked like blood, like a matter of blood. And out of curiosity, I was like, is this a baby? I remember saying, like, is this a baby? So I'm like, out of curiosity, I got like a toothpick and I started like, or I don't know what I got, but I got something and I started like looking at the at the matter, and yeah, I saw my baby in there. But during all this, I knew that I could not have more children. Like, I was so young, and so I saw my baby, and I just flushed it. I flushed it, and I thought that I was gonna be okay, because I had been okay, because I knew I couldn't possibly have a child. So I thought I was gonna be okay. That was the best choice that I made. So I thought I was gonna be okay, and I wasn't okay. And 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 it's something that I have had to live with. I wasn't a Christian then. But I'm so thankful that all my sins are wiped away, and that God forgave me for that. And that I was able to forgive myself. But that led me to not want to have relations with my partner, which led to my divorce ultimately. So I have strong emotions for the people that say that it is not something that is traumatic, or that it's just simple. Like, people don't care about these babies, and it's the mom's choice, and so forth. But the effects that it's had in my life, and it's probably been 12 years now. So like I said, I by the grace of God, I don't think about this much, and it's not something that I dwell on. But the effects it had in my life, the emotional state that I was left at, not only my mental health, but my marriage broken, and everything that came after that. I wish that people would talk to people more, or use more contraception. Because it's not just about the baby and the rights. It's about what it does to us emotionally. And so I just want to share my story, because God is good to redeem me, to have paid my wages of sin. And y'all know, based on my other testimony video, that I have fallen way short of God's glory. I have sinned tremendously. I am so undeserving. But God is good, and I want people to talk to their children, their daughters, their sisters about contraception. Not just simply giving the option to abort babies that really is not their fault. And I know it's a very sensitive topic because yeah, like to be honest, I don't know what I would be doing if I had I have 2 children now, so I would have 4 children. I don't know how I would handle 4 children. So it's a really tough discussion to have with a minor who's pregnant and thinks that like there's no way like this will ruin my life and all these things, but going through it and the aftermath of it all, I would have wanted to have my child. I would have wanted to have my child and not gone through what I went through. But it all falls on parents and education of sex, education on contraception, education on morality, education of God. Yeah.